Chase Lee Hockey with the Blue Futon. Out of the digital world, we have 13 Lives, which I think should have been in theaters. Technically, it was in theaters for 1 week last week, but man, come on, Amazon Prime and MGM, do better. So 13 Lives, what's about? It's a very simple premise actually. In 2018, a Thai soccer team got stuck in a cave because of flooding, and now 5,000 people from 17 countries are there to help save this team. Did I like this movie? I love this movie. This is everything I want in a movie, and I think I'm going to talk about more about the movie as a general, like the release schedule and doing everything like that and the Oscar aspects of this, because to me, very, very little is wrong with this movie. So the only negative I could really talk about this movie is some people might say it's a little bit too long. I don't think so. But to me, the main issue is the two storylines, and they don't really connect. And I wish maybe they connected a little bit more. The two storylines are the divers trying to get the 13 members of the soccer team out of the cave. And the other one is kind of on the top of the mountain with a Chinese man from Illinois, as well as the local populace trying to make these pipes with all the water going from the top of the mountain down, because actually the water is coming in from the top of the mountain. And so to get rid of that, they need to make sandbags and pipes to get the water to this field of crops, where it's going to destroy all the crops, and all of these people that are doing the crops, they're going to lose their land. But to save the boys, they decided they are going to do it. So even though those two storylines are there, I do wish it little connected a little bit more. They met, if you want to put it that way. Maybe they never met in real life, but I highly doubt it. But that is my really only nitpick for this movie. I love the cinematography, the directing, the writing, the acting, and the sound design. To me, this needs to get an Oscar nomination for sound. If it doesn't get anything else, it has to get Oscar nomination for the sound, because the sound, in my opinion, was that good. I had the surround sound in my room, the oxygen tanks going against the water and the rocks. It is absolutely submersive of how they decided to do the sound effects in this movie. So everything about this movie, it is heartwarming. It is heart-wrenching. It is just a movie about belief and about miracles, believing in miracles. I did not know how long they were in the cave for. I did not know how long they didn't have food for. I didn't know the plan of how to get these 13 kids and coaches out of the cave. When it was actually happening on screen, I'm like, this is how they did it? And you don't realize how deep in the cave they actually were. For these professional divers, it took roughly 7 hours to get from the start of the cave to where these boys were at. 7 hours. One way. So think about it, they had to go 14 hours in a day to figure out where they have to go and to go back. It is bonkers, and they do a great job putting a map on the side of the screen to know like kind of the route they have to take. And like, okay, channel 3 is 3 hours. Okay, this curve, they're kind of at the 6-hour mark. And then at the final end, 7 hours. And even though these professionals like Colin, Farrell, and Viggo Mortensen were there for 7 hours, the Navy SEALs of Thailand took roughly 7.5, 8 hours, because they weren't kind of used to that terrain. They were more into the open ocean. So just knowing this without going in is bonkers. Even if you know about it, like, oh yeah, 13 kids were stuck in a cave, and that's all you know, you don't know the story. And you need to watch this movie to figure out the story as a whole. Now let's talk about the release schedule. What the fuck was MGM and Amazon Prime doing? When you have movies like Brittany Runs a Marathon, or other Amazon Prime movies like the Chris Pine ones, like All Across the Knives or Cutting to the Knives, that actually go into theaters for a little bit longer than 13 Lives, what are you doing? This movie was made for the theaters. The cinematography, the landscape, the sound design, this was made to be seen with huge speakers and for an audience to gasp at what the fuck is happening. I don't know why they did this. No clue. Maybe they're thinking they're going to lose money. False. They're going to do it with Samaritan as well and everything like that. I just don't know what they were thinking. You have smaller movies like, I don't know, Miss Harris Goes to Paris or Vengeance hitting theaters. Why doesn't this? This could have easily made, I'm going like $40 million total. And they're like, oh, that might not have been enough. You're on Amazon Prime. No one's gonna get an Amazon Prime subscription to watch this movie. I just don't understand what they decided to do. Don't understand it. It baffles my mind. This should have been a wide release movie. Baffling. Overall, 13 Lives. I could see this hitting my top 10 movies of the year. I think it is going to stay in there because it's that good, that heartbreaking. And to me, Joel Egerton's last scene is probably the most heart-wrenching scene in the movie. Yeah, there's stuff happening with the caves, but I don't want to spoil what happens, but if that happened in real life, it's heart-wrenching if you actually lose someone in your family. And that's all I'm going to say with that one. That hurt the most in my opinion because holy shit, gut-wrenching. But overall, 13 Lives will be in my top 10 of the year. I could see it being there, bar none. I know people are saying, oh, Steven Spielberg's Fableman or Babylon or something like that. I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of these directors like Armageddon Time of talking about their childhood. And this is more of a movie I want to watch. I kind of don't give a shit about Steven Spielberg growing up. I'll still watch it, but I'm sorry. Travesty about 13 Lives not hitting theaters. I know this is a Thailand production. I just watched Fast and Free Fall, another Thailand movie. We are 2 for 2 for this week. See it on Amazon Prime, please. So 13 Lives will receive a 5 out of 5 with Futon, so it equals that 100%. Yeah, I might have that small criticism of them not meeting, but then I can't really call it a criticism if they never met in real life. This is a fantastic movie. I can't really there's nothing negative. This is a perfect movie that needs to be. Okay, maybe not perfect, but it's fucking good. So let me see what the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have the critics at 89% with 180 of them. Audience scored 92% with plus 50. Here's critic consensus. Steadily helmed by director Ron Howard, 13 Lives offers an incomplete but still gripping dramatization of a incredible true story. I don't know what's incomplete about it. I don't know. It hit me right. It hit me in all the right spots. So my 100, 92, or 89. Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Boonthanotopia. You Boontonians. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I might be in. I mean, it seems like everyone likes this movie. I saw one critic said it was like, a 2 out of 5. You don't have a heart. You don't have a soul. Nah, you don't. Sorry.